Yes. Welcome to my video lessons. My name is Jansi. I'm working as a lecturer in Government Polytechnic for Women. So here in this video, I'm going to explain about the microcontrollers. That is 8051 microcontroller. So first, my question is, what is a microcontroller? Microcontroller. That means, see here, the name, if you read the name, it is microcontroller. You know the meaning of micro and is in order of 10 power minus 6. And controller. Controller means it is a device. It is a device controlling device. That means this microcontroller is a device. Generally, it is available in the form of integrated circuits, single IC. Single IC. It controls the connected devices, and that operations it performs is in order of microcontroller. See here it is I am discussing about 8051 microcontroller. There are many types of microcontrollers, more many and different from many manufacturers. So this 8051 is developed by uh, designed by Intel Corporation. This 8058 series, whether it may be microprocessors or microcontrollers, the series starts with 8 means this is these ICs are from Intel Corporation. Intel Corporation. Here, this 8051 microcontroller is a 8-bit controller, microcontroller. So this 80 these microcontrollers are available in the form of single integrated circuits. That means the cost is low. The cost is low, and it is a 8-bit microcontroller. Here, what this microcontroller means, it consists a microprocessor. It consists a microprocessor. In addition with it contains timers, ports, ADC and DAC devices, internal RAM, internal ROM, all are integrated on a single IC. This microcontroller IC consists a microprocessor. In addition with this microprocessor, it also has analog to digital converters, digital to analog converting devices, internal room, it has some internal room, it also has internal RAM and some clock circuitry. These all are integrated in a available in a single integrated circuit, right? And the size of it is small, and these are specially designed for specific applications. These microcontrollers are generally dedicated for specific applications. These microcontrollers takes an input from the device it is controlling. Then it takes the inputs from the device it is controlling and controls the device by sending signals to different components in the device. That means how it is controlling, it reads the inputs from the device it is controlling, and it sends the signals to the controlling device for different components in the device. That means based on the application, some other additional devices are required. So it reads always, it monitors, it reads the inputs from the device, it sends signals based on the requirement. Here it is, this 8051 microcontroller is a 8-bit microcontroller. It has 8 data lines. It has 8 data lines and 16 address lines. 16 address lines. It is available in the form of single IC with 40 pins. With 40 pins. And the operating power supply is of plus 5 volts, and it has 4 bank resistors, four four banks, and each bank has 8 resistors. It also has internal RAM of 128 bytes internal RAM and 4 kilobytes internal ROM and 4 8-bit IO ports P0 to P3 Two 16-bit timers are counters and one serial interface. A single chip microcontroller available with 40 pins. It has 40 pins, 40 pins. See the internal architecture. What it has internally means there will be a CPU for operations and 128 bytes of internal RAM, 4 kilobytes of internal ROM, and 4 IO ports of 8 bits, and two timers of 16 bit, two timers, and serial COM port. It is available in like this. This is the block diagram of 8051 microcontroller. Say this is the bus for to connect all the devices. This is the CPU, and it needs an external oscillatory. There is a oscillatory circuit, but externally we need to connect external oscillator, crystal oscillator. See interrupt controller. External interrupts are given to this interrupt controller, and 4 kilobytes of ROM, 120 bytes of RAM, two timers, timer 1 and timer 2, and serial port for serial transmission. For that, the signals are to receive the data. There is a RxD signal line, and to transmit the data serially, there is a transmit TXT line. TXT output line, and it has 4 IO ports. 4 IO ports, each is of 8 bits. So what are those 4 IO ports? Means P0, P1, P2, and P3. These 4 IO ports may act as input ports or output ports. And here is a bus control. This is the architecture of 8051 microcontroller. See here, what is the function of CPU? What is CPU? Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit. That means for every in the clock or for every pulse, it based on the given instructions, it reads the data from the internal memory or from the external memory, and it performs the operations. And it processes that output. So central processing input. Here it performs all the arithmetic and logical operations. And ROM is for program data, that is for code memory, and RAM is for data memory. We know that they read write memory and 28 bytes. And two timers for timer and counting operations. There are two 16-bit timers. These can be used either 16-bit timers or 8-bit timers. And for serial communication, there is a serial device. And for parallel communication, there are 4 IO ports. Only one on-chip oscillator, external crystal, is required. It has 6 interrupt sources. 2 are from externally and 3 internal, and 1 is reset. There are 6 interrupts in 051. Out of those 6, 1 is the reset, and other 3 are the internal interrupts, and 2 are from external interrupts. And it can access 64 kilobytes of external memory. External code memory or program memory. Code or program memory. Then it can also access 64 kilobytes of external data memory. That means a RAM. It can it is for both read and write, but ROM is for code memory is for only read. So at the time of external program memory connection, PACN is the available pin, and these are the RD and write bar are connected to this external memory. Code memory is selected by EA, external access, by the pin external access, whether external access bar actually it is. If this is low means the signal, it is an active low signal. If it is low means it accesses the external memory. If it is high means it accesses the internal memory. We may have external memory as data and code. External memory may be as data and code. Three criteria in choosing a microcontroller. Meeting the computing needs of the task efficiently and cost effectively. See, how can we choose a microcontroller? Choosing a microcontroller. So based on our application, and that means based on what we need to perform, based on the applications as well as the cost and the speed of operation, we have to choose the microcontroller. Speed, the factor is here, the speed is the important factor. The amount of rom and ram, the number of IO ports and timers, size, packaging, and power consumption. And one more factor here is easy to upgrade. Definitely, this factor we have to consider because nowadays the technology is going on increasing, updating. So easy to upgrade. And the third way is cost per unit. We are designing or we are uh, designing any circuit means definitely we have to consider the cost factor also. The cost is increasing means that device is not at all useful. So what are the important factors we have to consider while designing choosing a controller means upgradation and cost as well as the speed, size, packaging, power consumption. Power consumption, nowadays the power consumption is also a very important factor. If the power consumption of the device is more, that means that is, we cannot say that it is an effective device. It is an inefficient device, we can see. And size also, size, and definitely it should be flexible. So these are the to choose a particular microcontroller for the designing any application, we need to consider all these factors. And availability of software development tools. What are the tools available for the software development? That is assemblers, debuggers, C compilers, emulators, simulators, and technical support. As well as what are the tools are available for designing. Wide availability and reliable sources of the microcontrollers. Comparison of the 8051 family members. That means available 8051 family from Intel. See here, for 8031 is also a microcontroller. It has no ROM, no 80XX. Here it may be anything. Mask ROM. The type of ROM here is mask. And 87. The type of ROM is EEPROM. 89XXS flash EEPROM. Flash EEPROM. This 89 is more nowadays. 89 is familiarly used. Say 89XX. Here XX may be 8951, 8952, 8953. What is this 51, 52, and 53 means? When the days are going means there is an features are increasing. And 898252, 891051, 892051 all are 8051 family members. See example here, EAT89C51. Example of 8051 microcontroller is one of the available microcontrollers, EAT89C51. Here EAT is specifying the manufacturer. It is indicating Atmel, and 89 is for the series family series 8051 series, and C is indicating that CMOS technology. That means the IC is designed with a CMOS technology, and 51 is indicating it is a 8051 microcontroller 51 series, and next one is 80 Atmel 89 LV. This what is this LV? Here the low power. Here the feature of this here is low power, and here it is 8089S. S is static. Like that. Comparison of the 8051 family members. There are many devices. So 8951 ROM is of 4K, RAM is 128 bytes, and 2 timers, 6 internal sources, 32 IO pins. And suppose if you consider 8952, 8952, the ROM, internal ROM is of 8K, internal RAM is of 256. 256, it has 3 timers, timer 1, timer 2 and timer 3, and interrupts are 8, IO pins are 32. Like that, if it is 8955, the ROM is of 420K and RAM is of 256. 3 timers, it has 3 timers, it has 8 internal sources and 32 IO pins, and there is another feature, another additional feature is there. It is WD, that means watchdog timer. It also has another additional timer, that is watchdog timer. Similarly, 891051. See, if you read the features of this 895 or 1051, the ROM is of 1K, and that means it is reduced. RAM is of 64, RAM is of 64, and timers are only 1, and interrupt source is 3, and IO pins are 16. And what is the another feature here is AC, that is analog comparator. It also has another device, it is analog comparator. If it is 898252, it has 8K of ROM, 256 bytes of RAM, and 3 timers, 9 interrupt sources, 32 IO pins, and in system programmable. Additional feature of it is in system programmable. Right, and these are different types of 8051 microcontrollers. So this is the internal program of 8051 microcontroller. 8051. See here, there is an ALU, that means CPU, but we know that ALU performs arithmetic and logic units. For that, the inputs are from temporary 1 register and temp2 register. For this, there is the bus, and there is an accumulator. This accumulator reads the data and sends this data to the temp2. And sometimes the STEM2 also reads the data from directly from the bus. It is depending on the addressing modes. And temp1 is reading the data from the bus. See, these two are ILA is taking the data from this temp1 and temp2. It performs the given operation and it sets the program status code as well as it sends the result on the bus data bus. There are some special function registers, timers are available in 8051 microcontroller. And there is a stack pointer. Stack pointer is an 8-bit register. It is also a type of special function register. It always points the top of the stack. Top of the stack. And there are 4 ports already we discussed. It has 432 IO lines. That means it also has has 4 ports: port 0, port 2, port 1, and port 3. Each is of 8 bits. 8 bits. If it is port 1, port 1.02, port 1.7. If it is port 3, port 3.02, port 3.7. That means each port is of 8 bits. For each port, there are drivers, port 1 driver, port 3 driver, port 2, port 2. IO ports. Initially, these are by default these are output lines. Output lines. Whenever we need to use these as input lines, we need to program this IO lines. Hello, IO lines. It has 4 ports. 4 ports, each is of 8 lines. So totally there are 32 IO lines. And here there is a B register. It is also a type of register for multiplication and division applications. One of the operators should be, the operator should be stored in this B register. After performing this multiplication and division also, the result is stored in this accumulator and B register. B register. And here this timing and control, instruction registers, and oscillator for clock. Here buffer registers, PC, incrementer, program counter, DPTR. See, program counter, it is a 16-bit register. Program counter and DPTR are the 16-bit registers in 8051 microcontroller. So data pointer points the data. That means data pointer holds the data address location, data memory address location. Whereas program counter Program counter holds the address of the code memory, and after every execution of the instruction, it is incremented either by 2 or 3 or 1 based on the instruction length, executed instruction length. This is about the program counter. This is a complete block diagram of 8051 microcontroller. CVSS and VCC are the power supply pins, and PSEN bar. Previously, this external code memory, to access this code memory, definitely this should be activated in ALE, address latch enable pin. Address latch enable pin. See, this 8051 microcontroller has 8 data lines and 16 address lines. 8 data lines and 16 address lines. So out of the 16 address lines, the lower order address lines, the 8 address lines A0 to A7 are multiplexed with the 8051 data lines of D0 to D7. For this demultiplexing, this ALE is required. And for external access, EA bar, whether it is accessing the internal memory or external memory. And there is a reset pin, RST reset pin. So this is the pin diagram of 8051 microcontroller. Just now I said that it is available as a 40-bit DIP package, dual inline package, See, this is the pin diagram, 1 to 20 and 21 to 40. See, here pin 20 and 40, ground and VCC power supply pins. 1 to 8. See, 8051 has 4 ports, P1, P0, P1, P2, and P3. P3. 4, that means 32 input and output lines. There is a RST pin, and crystal 1 and crystal 2 are to connect the external crystal oscillator. EA bar, external access, ALE, and PSEN bar. These are other action pins. After that, if you observe the pin diagram, in this 8051 pins, many pins are multifunctional pins. See here, 1 to 9 pins are functioning as 1 to 8 are used as port 1 pins, port 1 IO lines, and 9th pin is the RST line. But here from pin 10 to 17, these are multifunctional pins. That means these lines are used for port 3. These pin lines are used for port 3 as well as for some other special functions. What are those special functions here means? For serial communication, to receive the data and to transmit the data. That means RxD and TxD. And 8051 has 2 external interrupts. So this 12th pin and 13th pin are used as those 2 external interrupt pins, that is int0 bar and int1 bar. And pin 14 and 15. See, 8051 has 2 timers. So T0 and T1 are timer lines. And pin 16 and pin 17. Pins are port 3 pins as well as write bar and read bar pins. Write bar and read bar. For the RAM, to access the RAM, definitely for write operation and read operation will perform. For that, these 2 pins are used. And next, come to this pin 21 to 28. Pin 21 to 28. These 8 pins are used as port 2 pins, port 2 IO lines, as well as these are also used to access the higher order address lines. A8 to A15. A8 to A15. Similarly, pin 32 to 39. Pin 32 to 39. These lines are used as port 0 IO lines as well as These lines are also these are multifunctional pins, so also can also be used as AD0 to AD7. AD0 to AD7 multiplexed addressed data lines. Just now I said that 8051 there are 8 multiplexed lines. 8 and multiplexed lines. That means it has this addressed data multiplexed lines. So pin from pin 32 to 39 pins are used as port 0 IO lines as well as multiplex address and data lines. Now this is about the 8051 pin diagram. Important pins, IO ports. One of the most useful feature of the 8051 is that it contains 4 IO ports. 4 IO ports P0 to P3. So port 0 pins are from pin 32 to 39. That is from port 00 to port 07. 8-bit read-write general purpose IO lines or acts as multiplex lower byte. These pins are simply used as general purpose IO lines or multiplex lower byte address and data bus for external memory design. For port 1, only 8-bit read-write or general purpose IO. General purpose IO. Whereas for port 2 pins 21 to 28. Pins are from 21 to 28, 8-bit read-write general purpose IO or higher byte of the address bus for external memory design. And port 3 pins are general purpose IO or it has some, is not using any of the internal peripherals or external interrupts. And it has some other multifunctional pins. Each port can be used as input or output. That means bidirectional. Port 3, alternate functions of port 3 are serial input port, serial output port. That means it is RxD receives the data. So it is input port, TXD transmits the data. So serial output port. Int 0, external interrupt 0, external interrupt 1, and timer 0, external interrupt, timer 1, external interrupt, write bar, external data memory, write strobe, read bar, external data memory, read strobe. See port 0 with pull-up resistors. Port 0 lines are 8 lines from port 00 to port 07. Port 07 with all these pull-up resistors, 10 kilo ohms pull-up resistors. PSEN, it is a output pin. Program store enable, it is a output pin. See the read signal for external program memory. See whenever the controller is accessing the external ROM. That means generally ROM is a read-only operation. To read this data, it should be active low. It should be active low. And ALE is also an output signal. Address latch enable. Address latch enable. This ALE is high. The ALE is high means it reads the address lines. That means the data on this 8 lines is considered as address. Or else it is data to latch address outputs at port 0 and port 2. Whenever this ALE is high means it latches the address outputs at port 0 and port 2. Whereas EA, external access, it is an input pin, external access enable. It is also active low signal. If it is active low to access external program memory locations 0 to 4K. That means if this is A is 0, means it accesses the external memory locations from 0 to 64K. Sorry, if it is this external access is or to access it indicates whether to read the data from internal ROM or from external ROM. Here this And it is internal ROM of 8051 is of 4 kilobytes and external RAM capacity is of 64 kilobytes. If this EA bar is low, active low, means if it is active low, it accesses the external program memory, that means completely of 0 to 64 kilobytes locations, 64 kilo locations. If this EA bar is connected to VCC, suppose if it is high, that means initially it access the internal memory of internal ROM of 0 to 4K, 0 to 4K. Then it starts reading the external ROM of from after 4K to 64K. That is, if EA is connected to EA bar is connected to ground pin, it accesses the complete external program memory of 64 kilobyte locations. Suppose if EA bar is connected to VCC, if it is connected to VCC, that means in this case it accesses the internal ROM completely, that is from 0 to 4K, that is 000H to 0FF, and after this 4K it starts accessing the external ROM, that is from 1000H to FFH. This is a function of external access. RxD and TXD for serial communication. UART pins for serial IO and port 3. Crystal 1 and Crystal 2. Crystal inputs for internal oscillator. Pins of 8051. VCC of 40 pin. This VCC and provides a supply voltage to the chip of plus 5 volts. Ground is ground pin. Crystal 1 and Crystal 2. Pin 19 and 18. Pins provide external clock. Way one is using a quartz crystal oscillator, or another way is using a TTL oscillator. Crystal connection of 805. In between the XTL AIL1 pin and XTL2, this external crystal oscillator is placed with capacitors 32 picofarads. External oscillator signal. Pins of remaining pins are reset pin. Input pin, it is an input pin and active high pin. Generally, it is normally low. Whenever we need to reset the microcontroller, means it should be high. The high pulse must be high at least 2 machine cycles. If the high pulse is must be for 2 machine cycles and signal reset is high, that means it resets the microcontroller. Power on reset. Upon applying a high pulse to RST, the microcontroller will reset and all values in registers will be lost. It clears all the registers. Reset values of some 801 registers. Reset values of some 8051 registers. Power on reset. See how the connection will be. RST button. This is the switch to apply the pulse. RC circuit. Whenever this reset pulse is high, how the resistors will be. This controller, it resets all the resistors. The program counter is reset to 0000, and accumulator is also reset to 4 zeros. B register is also zeros. PSW is also actually these are 8-bit registers, only zeros. And stack pointer is after reset, the stack pointer holds the value of 07. And the DPTR is a 16-bit register. Here it is 0000. RAM are all zeros. There is an internal RAM that is also cleared. That's all internal zeros. And EA, external access, I discussed it. And PSEN, pin 21, pin 29, program store enable. This is an output pin. It is connected to the OE pin of the ROM, output enable pin of the ROM. ALE, address latch enable. It is also an output pin and is active high. 8051 port 0 provides both address and data. So the ALE pin is used for demultiplexing the address and data by connecting to the G pin of the 74LS373 latch. Generally for this demultiplexing there is a latch. The number of it is 74LS373. If ALE it is a active high signal. Whenever this pin is high, this latch will be activated, and it whatever may be the information on data on this AD0 to AD7 lines, those are connected to the address. It activates. See, in this class, in this session, I discussed about what is a microcontroller, what are the features of it, and detailed explanation of 8051 block diagram. That is the architecture of 8051, how it will be, what are the resistors and all this, and pin configuration of 8051 microcontroller. See, after this, this 8051 has other special function resistors also, SBUF, TCON, SCON for serial communication, and TU not T1. These all are the special function resistors. Each resistor has its special function for a particular function. This is about the 8051 microcontroller pin description and as well as the architecture of 8051. See, from this topic, if it is long answers, we can expect two long answers. Draw the architecture of 8051 and explain it, and draw and explain the pin diagram of 8051. And if it is for small answers, means small question means, you can expect many questions. That means what is a microcontroller, what is 8051 microcontroller, what are the features of it, and suppose sometimes explain the pins of particular pins of 8051. All these can be expected. These questions can be expected in the short answers. This is about 8051 microcontroller. With this, I am going to end my session. Thank you. Thanks for listening me.